Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? So here's another back testing session that I'm doing. I know that I done a back testing session on, was it on Monday, or I think it was on Monday that I did a back testing session. Unfortunately, I didn't record everything, so this is another back testing session I'm going to be doing. I had asked people in the chat if what pair they wanted me to look at, and we only have one of Euro USD, and again, I don't necessarily like to back test a pair that I usually trade, but since that's what was asked for, I'll go ahead and do that. So first thing, let me go ahead and full screen this. First thing that I do when I'm back testing, I go onto the daily time frame and I pick a random day. Like, let me just actually go into the weekly time frame. And no, actually not the weekly. Actually, yeah, the weekly's fine. And then I'll pick a random area. Let me go use the rewind tool, and I'll pick a random area. So let me just go ahead and look to the side. Pick a random area. Then I'll go on to the 4-hour time frame and stake out where I'm at, right? So I use weekly, daily, 1 hour arbitrage. That's what I use. I use weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1 hour. Those are the time frames that I usually trade on. And for me, arbitrage, let me first of all see where we're at. If we're in 2020, time is too near. I don't necessarily want to backtest in 2020. So let me go ahead and go back on the weekly time frame. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Okay. Then go on to, like I said, I go on to the weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1 hour to back test. My strategy for arbitrage, this is my strategy, this is how I usually trade it, whatever time frame it's on. And for you guys have seen, for those who are on here, most of you guys probably have seen how I trade arbitrage. I have to, if I see that price is over here at this RSI line, I need for it to break out and retest that RSI line, and then I'll get in for the buy, right? And vice versa. If I see that price is broken through the RSI line, I needed to retest, and then a continuation for me to sell it, right? I strive for 1 to 2 risk to reward ratios. That is what I strive for. Sometimes arbitrage does give me the opportunity to give me those trades, but I will explain as I'm getting into trades, like, oh, so this is what I would usually do, but in this case scenario, I'm putting my stop loss at this level or whatever. Well, as we go on, you'll see how I do things. And just for backtesting purposes, we're going to have an account size of $100,000, and we're going to risk 1% to 3% of our account per trade. So for 1%. So if I'm risking 1%, and I'm just doing it from this initial balance. I don't care how low my account gets or how high my account gets. I'm going based off of $100,000 account. So I'm risking 1% of, if I'm risking 1%, that is equal to $1,000. If I'm risking 2%, that is equal to $2,000. If I'm risking 3%, that's equal to $3,000, right? So that's what So that's what the risk is for all of these, right? And again, I like risk. I like going for anything that's a 1 to 2 or higher. Sometimes I don't get 1 to 2s, but that's just my preference, right? So just remember this. Just have this in the back of your head. I will keep it up on here on the weekly time frame. So anytime I go to the weekly time frame, you'll be able to see it. So now that I've done that, let me go on ahead and go over here to weekly time frame. I see that price says price called a sell down over here on the weekly. This is back in 2018, and price was dropping down. I can see that price is rejecting off of a support right here. I still use technical analysis when I trade arbitrage, but I just like I pay more attention to the arbitrage than the technical analysis that I will ever do. And we could obviously see that price is in a downtrend on the weekly. Go on to the daily time frame. And so on the daily time frame, it seems like price is just consolidating on the daily, right? So when price is consolidating on whatever time frame, I don't usually care for trading on said time frame. I'll just be looking for rejections or any type of possible turning points for until I get until I get better bands that look. As long as I get a better look of how the bands are on said time frame. So like on the daily time frame, I wouldn't trade anything on this time frame at all. Like maybe I would have tried getting into this buy, and then after that, when price is doing all this, I would not have traded it at all. But like I said, I like using my technical analysis no matter what on any, like, just regardless. So I see that price has rejected from this, is went bullish, broke through this this previous lower high that it had made, and so now I'm expecting price to go bullish. That's what I'm looking for. I don't usually care for selling down at these lows. I see that price is currently at the daily time frame second deviation, and it had bounced off of the third deviation when it went bullish. So those are two good signs for me to see. Also, I do see that price on the 4-hour time frame, same thing, it called for a sell. It's currently just riding on the lower danger zone, but the way how I said lower danger zone, this is not the lower danger zone, I'm sorry. This is the second deviation. So I see that price is riding on that second deviation, but the way how the deviations are pointing, they're pointing to the downside. I'm still going to be patient. There's nothing telling me to start buying yet, especially with the level pro and the arbitrage Z. They're this low as well, so I cannot look to buy this like very soon. Not until I start seeing better confirmations, right? 1-hour time frame, it does look like it's setting up for a buy, so this is going to probably be the time frame I'm looking for. I also like looking at the 2-hour time frame sometimes, because if the 1 hour looks sloppy, the 2 hour might look better. So let's see what this 1 hour looks like, and this is what I'm going to be playing off of right now. So okay, apparently this was just market open very first, or just a random gap in the market, whatever. Okay, no, please, no. So got the buy call. Okay, I got the buy right here. What I would need to see, and I like seeing that the arbitrage Z is also calling for, is also bullish, and I like seeing the level pro is at ground zero. What I would need to see now is for price to retrace, although it doesn't look like it's going to give me a retracement right now, and then go bullish. That's what I would need to see for me to get into this trade. So I'm going to move this up. No, I need this like just on. If anybody asks questions, I'll be checking out the chat every once in a while, but I cannot have this. It's just so yeah, I would need a retracement. I'll get in the trade and then I'll continue going bullish. So let me just say, for instance, I'm just going to say hypothetically speaking, now I'm getting into the violence, right? I usually would say that I'll put your stop loss around below these lows. Again, like below the previous low. So this is a 20% stop loss. This would be a 1.35 versus 3-1 ratio trade if it gets called. You could also move your stop loss a little closer if you would like. It doesn't really, at this point, I would probably just leave it here. Just based off how it was consolidating, then price dropped, went bullish, retraced, and then continue. I don't think it's gonna come back here necessarily. So again, you can increase your stop loss or just leave it where it is best suited. If you put it over here, most likely price will say that call for an exit like around over here. You can cut the trade and lose half of the money that you were previously risking, right? So let's see what happens. Okay, boom, in the trade, it retested that RSI line. It retested the RSI line right there. If you I'm not gonna go back and show it because that's exactly what I wanted to happen. And so my thing is for arbitrage, I don't wait for one-to-one to get hit for me to have my stop loss at break even. I wait for price to come to the mean line. Wherever that mean line is at, that's where I wait for my for me to move my stop loss to break even, and I will take some partial profits there. I'll take like about 20%. Like let's say if I have a standard lot size, right? If I have a 1.00 and I'm taking partials, I'm taking 0.20 away. I'm taking 0.20 away, so that's 20% of the trade that I've taken away, and I'm leaving the 0.80 to run, you know? So that no matter what happens, like I'm already risk free once price gets to the mean line. Well, price hasn't gone there yet, but once price gets to that mean line, I might break even. So I'm chilling, I'm good. That means my money is no longer at risk. And so once I get the 20% profit, that means that it's a win for me. That's why I consider a win whenever I take partial profits. And so if price gets to my break even on arbitrage, that's 20%. That's 20%. And you know, the reason why I do that is because on the daily time frame or on the weekly time frames, on the higher time frames, I'm looking for this buy play. Or I'm looking for the buy play. So if I have a 0.80 right here, and if I have a 0.80 right here, maybe I would move my stop loss a little. Take profit a little higher and ride the trade out longer. Maybe, but just all depends on how it go, right? So let's continue on with the trade. Okay, so price has already hit my break even, so I'm going to take 20% profit here. Then I'm also gonna move my stop loss to break even. Profits taken. And then I'm gonna move, and then so price has already hit the upper danger zone, and that upper danger zone is usually where I target for my main take profit for whatever time frame I'm trading off of. So since the upper danger zone was right here, and prices and the upper danger zone has moved down, what I do here is now I'm going to take this and I'm going to take partials here, but I'm going to take another 20%. I'm not taking the full, I'm taking another 20%. And I could do one of two things. I could take my 20% again here, or I could just close out the trade, or I could wait for the take profit to get hit. You know, different strokes for different folks. But now that prices came up here, let me go see what the 4-hour time frame looks like. So the 4-hour time frame, prices even came close to the lower danger zone on the 4-hour time frame or the RSI line, but it is setting up for a buy. So this is where I make the decision on whether or not if I want to either hold the trade and let it keep running. I've already taken 40% profit, so I've closed 0.40. Let's just say 0.40. Let me write these down because I always write down my results, and then if I really want to, or if anybody really requests for it, I'll write down the amount of profits and stop losses. the amount of profits or losses that I've made on the back testing. So trade one, I'm doing 10 trades, by the way. I like to stick to 10 trades per session. So EU by 40% total profit taken, and 1-hour time frame. I'm gonna say how much pips I took at these said partial profits. Oh, and if I don't blatantly say, sorry, this is something I just forgot to mention. If I don't blatantly say how much I'm risking on a trade, that means I'm risking automatically 1%. If I say, oh, I'm going to risk 2% or 3%, then obviously I'm risking 7%. But if I don't say anything, that means that I'm risking 1%. So 40% total profits have been taken from this trade. It's a 1% risk. 10 pips is 20%. And I'm supposing that another 10 pips would be, or 11 pips, I guess. 22 pips is another 20%. Okay. And for those who are in next wave, you understand why I do that, because yeah, we'll talk about that in the chat. So yeah, right here, I'm going to go ahead and leave my take profit set. And the only reason why is because, again, remember, I still do like using my technical analysis, and price is still in this range of a possible swing buy. So that's the first thing that I want to mention. And secondly, the 2-hour time frame is about to call for a buy. So I'm going to wait for this to do the same thing. Breakout, retest, continuation. Give me 1 second. Oops. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right, so like I was saying, for the 2-hour time frame, I'm going to go ahead and keep this this trade right here and take profit, because I'm waiting for the breakout, the retest, and continuation on the 2-hour time frame. So just sticking to the plan. And since I'm sticking to the plan, maybe you might want to take 20. You might want to take more than 20% here, depending on who you are. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep it pushing. All right, and stop loss got hit at break even. So that's why I like leaving my that's why I target the upper danger zone if I'm in a buy for my take profit, because that's a place where I can see that price can potentially reject off of. So stop loss got hit at break even. It's all right though. Again, so stop loss at break even. So it's still in profits. Let me go ahead and get rid of that and this and that. So still, price is still calling for a buy here. And Level Pro is at the ground zero while this is bearish. Usually my rule of thumb for trading is that, if your stop loss gets hit at break even, don't try to re-enter, because you could possibly just take an unnecessary L. But if you know what you're risking, then why not? Looking at this 2-hour time frame, I'm definitely not going to try to get in because of how that looks. It doesn't look that great to me, especially with the candlesticks. They're white, so it doesn't necessarily mean that there's bullish or bearish pressure when this happens. The blue, I forgot to mention the candlestick colors, I'm sorry. Blue candlesticks mean that is bearish market. Yellow candlesticks means that it's bullish. If you see green candlesticks, that means that price there's extreme bullish pressure. And if you see a magenta candle, that means that there's extreme bearish pressure. I forgot to mention that, sorry. However, based off of technical analysis, I do know, let me get rid of the indicators. I do know that the possibility of price literally just coming back down, I'm just going to take it from this right here. For price coming down to like 1.2237 exists, or even 1.2210 exists. I know that the possibility of price going bullish right here, right now, it exists still, especially since price, back onto arbitrage, especially since price is currently, it just literally wicked the 61.8, and it's also been riding, it's also came back and retesting this RSI line. So there's like one single sign right here, because this is still not saying it much, that price may go bearish, and also with the candlestick. So let's see what happens. Price went up, wicked up, back up there again. left another wick to the upside, and then ended up dropping. So that's, again, like that's why I don't, after I get stopped out once, I don't necessarily try to get back in again until I see some better opportunities, right? So price came back to these lows. Let's see what price is gonna do. Also, you know, I also could have seen this and paid attention to it. Price came up to the 71%, 78.6, then fell to the downside. So I mean, 1.11775, that could be a destination. But again, I'm really more focused on arbitrage more than technical analysis. This is what this session is for. So called for that sell. Everything's bearish now. I gotta wait for better confirmations before I try to get into anything. 4-hour time frame is bearish. I know the daily is bearish, so I don't like look at the 15-minute because the 15-minute is a tricky place. It's really interesting how things play out over there. So forward. So price is consolidating, price is just dropping lower. All right, so now, first of all, I'm gonna get rid of this zone right here. All right, so now we see that price has been riding on the second deviation as the second deviation was falling, right? And we see that the RSI line is starting to get into this lower danger zone. That's what I like to see for potential buy opportunities. And as per usual, what I need to see happen is, I need to get this out of here. Pause recording, stop recording. Nope. There you go. What I need to see is price to breakout, retest, and then continue to the upside. So once I get that, that's when I'll look for another buy opportunity potentially. 2-hour time frame, see what that looks like. Yeah, kind of the same thing on 2-hour, breakout, retest, continuation, but I'm paying attention to the 1 hour more. All right, so continue going with it. There you go. All right, so now I got the breakout. Don't really care for the color of the candlestick, but it's okay. Now I just need the retracement and then a continuation to the upside. I like how the level pro and the arbitrage Z are looking, so I'm gonna go ahead and set that limit. For this trade, I'm gonna go ahead and have my stop loss just right here at 13.8. I don't necessarily think that price will get to those lows. And if it does, then oh well. I mean, the risk to reward isn't even that crazy as is. Let me see what the 2-hour looks like. Yeah, I definitely want a rejection here. And of course, as per usual, I know that this potential of price literally wicking me out and then going bullish exists. 78.6, that's where it would wick me out and then go bullish. I know that literally exists. I'm paying attention to it, but that's not what I'm going to be focused on, you know? Usually you'd want to put your stop loss under the lows so that you have a higher chance of price not getting there. But you know, I'm putting my stop loss there instead. Let's see what happens. Got the buy. Okay, now that price has gone up over there, I cannot get into this trade any longer. It is invalid. However, 2-hour time frame is definitely a vibe. So if I can get price to come back down to like 1.12, 150, then I'll take it to the upside for sure. So this move, same thing. It's literally the same setup over and over again, guys. This one for sure, I'm gonna put like a route right there. And yeah, that's a good take profit for me. And of course, you'd rather want to put your stop loss below the low so you don't run the risk of getting stopped out. I know that I'm taking that risk. This is actually pretty decent, to be honest, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Oh, right, we got wicked in and price went bullish. And I'll go into the 1 hour time frame so you can see what I'm talking about. So price was up here and then it came back and wicked and then went bullish. So in the trade, 2 hour time frame, let's see what you're looking like one more time. In the trade, 20% profits would have been taken right around here. And the buy hasn't even been called yet, but it's because on the 1 hour time frame, I was already bullish and I was waiting for the break and retest here. Sometimes I don't even wait for that buy call. That can get me in trouble sometimes too. It's all depending on style of trading or anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop loss to break even. 20% profits was taken at 1.12342. And I need to make sure to write this down. Where's my pen? There it is. Trade 2. Buy 1%, 20% profits at. Oh, I need to see how much I was risking first. I was risking 25 pips. I think the other trade I was risking about 18 pips. I'll go when I go back to watch the recording, I'll figure that out. At 20% profits, how much pips or how many pips did I gain here? 1.12340. Oh wait, what? I'm dumb. I didn't even leave it on there. All right, 19 pips. All right, let's see how this continues going. Now, I want to go look at the 4 hour time frame before I continue. All right, I like that breakout. I like seeing that breakout on the 4 hour time frame. I hope to start seeing some green candlesticks here. But again, 4 hour time frame, I'm going to go ahead, this trade that I'm in, I'm going to go ahead and extend the take profit to these highs of 1.12882. Let me go ahead and say that extended profits. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because on the 2 hour time frame, if you see where this lines up with, it lines up with the second deviation where it's at right now currently. So that's one of the reasons why I'm putting my take profit there, because I also use the deviation 2 and deviation 3 as areas where I expect price to reach and then turn around, right? And so when I see that, I still want to see the same thing on the 4 hour time frame nonetheless. I want to see price continue up, honestly, because I need a better breakout, retest, and then a continuation. This is going to be a longer term move because it is the 4 hour time frame. This is why I always say that I'm an intraday / swing trader. Let me check my email. Okay, that's what she was doing. Cool. So go to the 1 hour. Go back to the 2 hour time frame because that's the time frame I was on. I know the so you guys can see it. I know the 1 hour time frame is still bullish, and currently, would you look at where it's at? It's at the second deviation. It could possibly show some rejections here, and if you go to the left, it's at these equal highs. But again, I want to see price continue going bullish. So let's keep going. I hate when it does this. When you're switching between time frames and it takes forever to load. You're gonna have to go to a different one and then go back. Okay, so 2 hour time frame. Let's keep going. Okay, so once price gets up to the upper danger zone right here, again, I'm taking instead of taking 40% profits, since I extended my take profit, I'm gonna go ahead and take 30% profits here. Right? Take 30% profits and let the trade ride. 30% profits at 39 pips, or I'll just say 40. 39. I like rounding down. 39 pips. All right, so now let's see how this continues going. Now we see that we just barely got a buy call on the 2-hour time frame. Let's go on over to the 4-hour time frame. I hate when it shows you how the candle is going to close, but whatever. So we're obviously going to get that retracement, like as we can clearly see on the 4-hour time frame. That's why I don't like backtesting on TradingView sometimes. All right, so we got now the 4-hour retest right here. Although price hasn't called for a buy yet, right now price hasn't called for a buy yet, but I do like where it is at. So I'm gonna do one of two things, or I'm gonna do if I'm in live markets, this would be my scenario that I would pick out. I'd get into the trade here. I'm risking 2% of my account on this trade right here, right? I'm risking 2% of my account. Take profits all the way up here. I'm making sure that my stop loss is below these lows, because when I increase my risk, that's when I have to make sure that like I'm being more safe, you know. So the risk to reward ratio is almost a 1-to-2, so that's solid for me. If I were to put this a little bit higher, I'm pretty sure that it'd be better. Like, look, now it's a 1-to-2.2, but again, I'm making sure that I don't get stopped out, because I'm risking now $2,000 rather than I'm risking $1,000. I've already made profits, but now the profits that I've made, that's what I'm basically putting at risk here, because I've made 40% profits of whatever I have to figure out what the actual number is on those trades. And then on this one, I've made 50% profits from the trade. From the original trade, I've taken 50% profits off of it. So now I'm risking basically the money that I just made on this trade here. Buy call hasn't been made. Level Pro is still bearish, and Arbitrage Z is still bearish as well. So those are things that I have to pay attention to, that I'm like, yo, you got to be careful with this risky trade you're getting into, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing this off of the. I'm gonna keep playing this, but I'm gonna play it on the 4-hour time frame. And I also want to look at what the 1-hour time frame looks like. If I see that the 1-hour time frame is looking suspect, then I might not try to take the trade. And it doesn't look suspect to me at all, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the trade. So this is a market execution, while the other two trades were buy limits, or limit orders. Limit. I need another one. Trade 3. Trade 3. Limit. I'm risking 56.3 pips, which is 2%. Okay, let's see what's up. Okay, price we've done a little bit lower, but then came back up. Currently, we're in profits. Price is still rejecting down here. Okay, there's the buy call now, still in profits. Ooh, don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that blue candle there. All right, so this trade, stop loss got hit at break even. So, another thing, and this is, I should have pointed this out. Once I start to see consolidations, once I start to see a lot of consolidation, this is something I really should have said. I am sorry. Once I start to see price consolidating like this on the upper danger zone, I take another 20% profits, because that's just, again, that's telling me that price is probably going to end up dropping. However, since I didn't say it before I did it. I'm not going to count it. You know, I'm just being fair. I know my strategy though, so I know that I would have taken another 20% profits right there. Still am very much looking for this play. I mean, looking for this to play out. I like that price is rejecting off of the lower danger zone still. I just don't care for that blue candlestick. And I do also know that the possibility of price coming back down to 1.120033 or 1.11979, I know that that exists. So since I know that that exists, I'm not going to go ahead and like try to do anything. I'm going to wait till price gets down there, and then I'll be looking at the 1 hour time frame. Because like I could have even been paying attention to the 1 hour time frame, and I could have been like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out of my trade that I'm in. So anyways, still very much, I'm still bullish on on Euro USD. Let me get rid of these over here. And the thing about the 4 hour time frame is that it does hinder me from trying to take, like, if I'm trying to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get into this sell right here, although I would not have gone into this, honestly speaking, because that would have been way too fast for me to get in. But yeah, off of the 4 hour, four of these are getting printed, so it's kind of tricky for me to be trying to trade off of the 4 hour and the 1 hour at the same time. Okay, I like seeing that green. That means that bullish momentum is a possibility, and from the looks of this, it hit the 61.8 before going bullish. Let's see, hit the 61.8, didn't hit the 71%. Okay, see what happens. Price is going bullish. I like seeing that. Oh, I don't like seeing that bearish candlestick right there. Okay, price never called for the sell. Stop loss got hit at break even. I like seeing that. I love seeing that. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to over here. And where is the mean line? The mean line's right there. So that's 18 pips that the stop loss got hit at break even. And you know, the band shrinks. So that's exactly why I like that strategy of mine. That's why I like saying that, okay, wherever the mean line is at, you got to move your stop loss at break even, because the bands are always moving, you know. So stop loss is at break even. That's three. This is market execution, not a limit order. So that's 3 trades now that they've all hit break even, and we've been able to take some type of profits off of them. And let's see what the drawdown was even for this trade. So the drawdown from this entry, the maximum drawdown was 28 pips, you know, so the drawdown was pretty hectic. I'm pretty sure, especially when you're risking 2% of your account. Well, not hectic for a lot of people, because a lot of people probably risk way more than 2%. I'm not trying to throw shots or anything. It's just the sad truth. But yeah, 18 or 19. I'm just gonna say 19 pips. I've taken 20% profits. Okay. So now that I've done that, stop losses at break even. I'm still leaving my take profit up here, because as you can see, that's where the second deviation is kind of lined up with right now. I'm gonna go take a look at what the 1 hour time frame looks like. So you see right here, I could have gone into this opportunity for a buy if I was looking at the 1 hour time frame, but I was only focused on the 4 hour at that point in time. But when price came down here and hit that fib, I could have definitely gotten the breakout, the retest of the RSI line, and gone up to the upside. Now, just because I was in this trade, I would probably, and I just because I know myself as a trader, I would probably have tried to get in here with probably a 0.5%. just because I didn't care for how the bands looked, but I was still bullish on the 4 hour time frame, and it never called for a sell, and it hit my fibs. I'm most likely getting into that trade, no cap. Like, because again, if I were to have gone into this with technical analysis wise, like from this low to this high, the retracement at the 61.8, I had one, two, or like I would say 3 chances, because price went up then came back down. I had 3 chances to get in there. Prices look like it's gonna hit my targets for the continuation, but you know, again, that's not what we're back testing here. So total pips that prices moved to 30 pips. So you've already basically whatever you were in drawdown, you're in the same amount of profits as that. So prices keep going. I really needed to hit that upper danger zone. There we go. So here again, I'm taking 30% profits, because if I was still going based off of my rule of when price gets to the upper danger zone, I'm going to take my profits, then this is where I might take profit with it and I'd be out the trade. And whatever I was risking, the profits that I made, that's what I'm at, right? Dang, my phone be blowing up, man. I'd be forgetting how much my phone blows up. So currently up 46 pips, trying to go for 110 pips. Again, let me make sure that I write down 30% profits taken. I'll say that I can run right here. That's where I would take my 30% profits. Okay, so 30% profits at 42 pips. At 42 pips. No, at 30%. And you guys see how I said that I'm taking my profits down here instead of where price is currently at. It's because I want to be as realistic as to what I would do in a live market. I want to be as realistic as possible. That's why I usually say that whatever I do on my demo or whatever I do on my back testing, I take it just as serious as if I'm trading. Although I know for back testing purposes, I might be a little more lenient, but I'm still putting those rules on myself, because in this market, you don't have any rules. You don't have any rules unless you place your own rules onto yourself. If you don't place your own rules onto yourself, you're going to be trading in a lawless market, and you're going to get your ass beat. Like so. So let's see what keeps happening. I'm going to go on over to the daily time frame and see I hate how the daily time frame, it's showing me what the candle is going to close as, but you know, it's rejecting off of the lower danger zone, so I already know that we're going to get price pushing to the downside from here. I hate when that happens. I'm going over to the 8-hour time frame just because it's double the 4-hour. See what that looks like. That looks like it's going to go bullish, so I'm just going to keep holding this trade. Let's see what it looks like though. Okay, look to the upside. So once I start seeing those rejections, once I start seeing rejections like that, I'm going to go ahead and take another 20% profits, just because I do know the possibility of price literally coming back to the RSI line, where now this came up and it's literally at my entry. I know that possibility exists. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and take 20% profits, just to make sure that I'm able to benefit off of the majority of my trade. Because I'm pretty sure on the 1-hour time frame, go take a look, it's probably setting up for a sell. Yeah, look, exactly. On the 1-hour time frame, it's setting up for a potential sell, because I don't know if anybody's ever noticed this, or if you've watched how I trade with the arbitrage bands, you can see that the RSI line never exits out of the upper or lower danger zone. So that's why whenever I see that lining up, I'm like, okay, boom, that's my opportunity right there. So gonna go ahead and see how this plays out. Yeah, okay. I love how I'm seeing rejections off of this RSI line. Oh, and let me make sure I write down that I took 20% profits of 20% profits because of rejection. And I did that at how many pips? 37 pips. Still in the trade, still holding it. A lot of people, once they start seeing rejections, they'll want to take all their profits, which isn't a bad thing because you're getting to these markets to profit. But it's just about, like, are you sticking to your plan though? Okay, starting to call for sells or starting to close under that RSI line. So now, like I said, that's why I take my 20% profits again. And I do know the possibility of price coming down to hit this exists. Still playing the trade out though, because again, just playing out the plan. Although I do know it's basically hit my target. It's basically hit where I was aiming for, the upper danger zone. I do see rejecting there, but I'm still gonna hold the trade, you know? All right, see how price came and made a higher high up here, but then came back down. That's looking like a stop line to me on the lower time frames. I'm going to the 1 hour time frame. I don't like seeing that big candle right there. I hate seeing that big candle. The sell was called, price almost called for an exit, but then ended up coming down. This only makes me think that price is definitely going to go and hit my stop loss at entry. But again, I gotta stick to my guns. I gotta stick to my strategy. Oh my goodness, dude. Daily time frame, let me take a look at it. Again, I hate how the candlestick showed me what is going to happen, and it looks like my stop loss is indeed going to get hit at break even, and then price is going to go bullish again. That's what it looks like is going to happen. I hate that that's what's going to happen, but again, I know and see the things that are going to happen before it does happen, but I still hold on to my trade because again, I've already taken my profits up here. And if price would have kept going up, I would have been mad at myself for closing the trade early. So that's the reason why I stick to it. But again, I know that my stop loss is going to get hit because of the daily candlestick, unfortunately. 4 hour time frame. And then you see this on the same breath, price goes right back up. And then what's going to happen? It's most likely going to go and hit my take profit. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is. Yeah, it definitely is. So again, it's just about knowing the markets and how they move, because guess what? If I was doing technical analysis, I would have seen this opportunity right here. And I could have been like, oh, that's a good opportunity for me to get into a trade. From this low to this high, retrace 61.8% on the money, boom, take profit hit. The extensions hit over there. Like, I see them. It's just, again, that's not what I'm backtesting here. I'm gonna go ahead though, and I'm gonna come back and rewind. I want to see what the bands were looking. I just want to see what the bands were looking like. I'm not gonna take any trades for that rewind that I just did. I just want to see what the bands were looking like on the 1 hour time frame. So it caught for a buy after it hit the lower danger zone right there. Okay. Caught for that sell, very ugly sell. Hit the 61.8 right there. And so this is another thing that, again, I don't know if I said this in the beginning or not. If I ever see price consolidating on any time frame, I stay away from that time frame until I see a breakout. I stay away from that time frame because trying to trade on, why is that? Oh, that's just my thing. Trying to trade on the arbitrage bands when price is just consolidating is no bueno to me. It's like, why? So again, that's why I just wanted to see what this looks like so that you guys can see that example. Because now look, this is gonna call for a buy extra late. I'm not gonna press a buy right there. Me personally, I'm not. I know there might be people who do. Let's see what the 2 hour looks like. Yeah, 2 hour called for the buy, just right there. I'm not gonna sell that either. So again, if I see consolidating markets on a certain like time frame range, I'm probably not gonna get into a trade. And another thing that this could teach you a lesson on is if on the higher time frames, if price doesn't call for an exit, you don't need to get out. But I just like being precautious, and I like sticking to my trade setups or my rules and stuff like that, because if I don't stick to my rules, then I end up getting bid ass. So again, price continue going bullish. Now let's go on to the daily time frame. See what the daily time frame got for us. All right, so daily time frame. Oops, let me get rid of this. Get rid of all this stuff because they no longer need it. Okay. So far, this swing from this the swing play that I have mapped out from the fib, it's playing out. Also want to make sure that I am aware that the possibility of price retracing coming up to basically the upper danger zone on the daily and then rejecting and going bearish again. I do definitely know that is a possibility. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this zone. And this is supply. As you can see, this was a previous supply zone. Boom, drop down. I'm gonna go ahead and actually, where is it at? Let me take a look at my trades real quick. Hold on. I haven't seen them since like 7. Awesome. Let me see. Nah, let it keep going. So once I see that, let me get this spring to go back up here. I still have the zone right there. I'm gonna just keep it there for visual purposes. 4 hour time frame I know is very much bullish. I'm not gonna look at the 8 hour. I hardly look at the 8 hour. I just look at it because it's double the 4 hour, right? So right now I can't play anything. I can't play anything on the 1 hour. I can't play anything on the 4 hour. I would have to wait for the daily time frame. And as much as I do want this to go bullish, I don't really care for how the RSI line is right there. So I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit. I'm probably just gonna go before I continue. Need this back to how it regularly was. I'll hide that. CBH, I would just actually love for like this point, at this point in time, like I would love for price to do this. For price to do a retracement and then go bullish off of this, that would be better for me. Sorry, I thought I heard something. So I'm gonna go into the 1 hour time frame, see what the 1 hour is gonna do for the next like 24 hours, so 24 candles. Watch for a potential sell right here. Ooh, okay, there we go. I like seeing that red candlestick right there. Let me see what the 4 hour looks like. Don't really, I like how it's rejecting off of the second deviation on the 4 hour. See what the daily time frame looks like. I hate how it shows you what the candle is going to look like when it closes at the end of the day. That's the one thing I don't like about TradingView backtesting. Well, one of the main things, I should say. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and get into this trade. I'm still in that, well, I'm not in that swing, apparently. Like break even hit, I forgot. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this sell. Since it's a counter trend trade, technically because I am bullish on it long term, with these type of trades, I like to lower my risk. Usually I'll risk 1%, but with this trade right here, especially since not everything is lined up, but I like seeing what I'm seeing, and it's already rejected it's already broken through the RSI line and been riding it. I don't necessarily like usually getting in at this first entry because sometimes it's a trap, but just for backtesting purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the trade. I'm gonna get in right here. Stop loss is gonna be, let's see something. Oh, and the reason why I said watch for a potential sell right here is because of this fib. Yeah, y'all like that. I know. I'm just playing. Let me just see what's going on over here real quick. This is a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it up above these highs. Why not? It's all right. If I extend the take profit, then it won't be that bad. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, let me make sure that I write this down. Trade for risking. I'm gonna risk 0.75%, so that is like 0.25% less than what I would regularly risk. Stop loss is at 19. I'll just say 20 pips. And let's see what happens. Yeah, buddy, I love it. So we got that sell. And this is only for the retracement. Like, this is one of the main things I love using arbitrage for, is like if I'm looking for a long-term retracement. Like, remember how I was saying that, oh, what I would love to see on the 4-hour time frame. I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. Not that. What I would want to see on the 4-hour time frame would be for this low to this high, for price to retrace back down to like 1.2240. That is a possibility. I do. So once I see that possibility and I see that 1 hour setup on arbitrage, I'm like, oh, well then let's get it. This is a possible money move right here. You know. So go back to the 1 hour time frame. Stop losses at break even. Take 20% profits. 4 trades, 4 wins. 20% profits. And that's at how many pips? And we didn't even have a lot of drawdown here. We just had price. Yeah, it came up a little bit. The drawdown on here was 5 pips. That was a drawdown, 5 pip drawdown. And then so you whatever the drawdown was, you basically made double that, or prices moved double that. So 20% profits at 9 pips, right? And then prices, let's see what price continues to do. Get out of here real quick. Stop loss at break even. Gotta wait now, and this is exactly why you wait, because now all you see is price going bullish. That's why I do not get back in. Although I like seeing that price is rejecting off of the upper danger zone here, and realistically speaking, I could see price continuing to go bearish right here, reject off the 71%. Price never told us to get out the sell, but I'm gonna wait, be patient. Although I do know that this is probably gonna end up falling. We go to the 4-hour time frame. Pay attention to what it's doing. A doji candle, it's gonna definitely fall. Oh my goodness, it's gonna like go super bearish. I hate that it does that, but I'm just backtesting for arbitrage sake. But this is gonna smack right here. Oh my goodness, off of literally the next candle. Ah man, that's funny. That's hilarious. But anyways, yeah, that is funny actually, to be quite honest with you. It's really funny. That price, like literally the very next candle. It whipped off of this upper danger zone and RSI line right here. So I'm gonna expect price to continue falling down there. Daily time frame. Let me see what the daily looks like. Okay, so you see, this is where now I start to be like, do I want to take the risk of trying to get into the buy right here where the RSI line is at? And if I do, it's going to be a long trade. It's going to be a very long trade. But back testing purposes, oh, break even got hit, forgot. Just for back testing purposes, I'm going to go ahead and get in. I don't like how these are looking. They're pointing down. This is at ground zero, so it could possibly just reject from here. I also don't like seeing this candlestick right before I try to get into a buy, but let's see what happens. My stop loss for this would probably be like, although yes, I would highly encourage you to put your stop loss like right here, 106 pips or something like that. Take profit would be up here, 1-1 basically. But I would probably put my stop loss realistically like right here, to be quite honest with you, and see what happens throughout all of this. So I don't want to see what it's going to do on the daily. I'd rather just, you know what? Yeah, let's just look at it on the daily. Why not? The other time frames aren't going to really give us any good type of trade opportunities like that. Okay, went bullish. Oof. Exactly. That's exactly why I'm like, ugh. Give me a second, y'all. My wife is calling me. Oh, no problem, Melissa. No problem. I'm gonna go ahead and pause. All right, so bearish push to the downside on the day. And again, it's just this is exactly why I wouldn't have wanted to get in right there. But again, it's for backtesting purposes. That's why I got in, because I wanted to see if that was a smart move or not. It definitely wasn't. If it was, it would have been a way smarter move if the RSI line was in the lower danger zone. But it's all right. You know, it's okay. Because one thing that what I did want was, and I would not have gone into this at the 4-hour time frame and the 1-hour time frame. Let me see if I would have got in. Oh yeah, I so would have not gone into this either. I wouldn't. Yeah, so it's okay. None of these time frames would have given me the opportunity to get into this retracement sell. You know, the retracement sells, they don't always play out. And that's fine, because again, that's why I lower my risk, because they're not even that good looking to me. So one or two things can happen here. One, price can start to stop in this area, which I don't think it is. Or two, it is indeed gonna come down to, I would want this 71%. And if it hits the 71%, I'm adding another 1% to this trade. Because remember, I didn't say I'm risking 2% on this trade because of how it looked off of the daily time frame. I didn't say I was risking 2%. I was risking only 1% of the trade off of there. And I'm gonna probably, just because it's like, no, let me not cheat it. I would have wanted to, I know myself enough to know that I would have put another 1% down here, but that's technical analysis, but I'm not backtesting technical analysis. I'm backtesting arbitrage, really. So still in this trade. It's very much not looking good at all on any of the time frames. But I do know that it's at a zone, at one of my zones that I can get out. But since this arbitrage is the thing I'm backtesting, once I would have seen this 4-hour candle right here, It called for the sell, and then price broke under the lower danger zone. I'm taking half of my losses right here, right? So trade 5, market execution, 50% loss. I'm closing half of the trade and I'm letting the rest ride out so that my risk is lowered. So I would say this is how many pips? At 51 pips. I was risking a total of 82 at 1%. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so like I said, I've taken this partial loss. I'm pretty sure the profits that I've made so far on the other 4 trades is still more than this one loss that I took. And again, this loss was really risky. Even if it was live markets, I'm not even sure if I would have taken that trade, to be quite honest with you. But it's just for backtesting purposes. So now that I have that, I'm gonna just wait and see what the 1 hour time frame is going to give me, if it's gonna give me a possible entry. You know, if it doesn't give me, it's at the third deviation, and it slightly went out of bounds, which is like when it like goes a little lower than that, you know. So I'm gonna look for possible buy opportunities on the 1 hour time frame, even though I'm in drawdown on this like swing or daily time frame trade. So let's see what happens. Okay, I like that the RSI line is now, okay, I'm gonna hide this, but I do know that I'm in the trade. So I like how the RSI line is down here at the at the lower danger zone, sorry. And so now called for that buy. I don't care for how the buys look when it's doing this, but technically speaking, it has broken through the RSI line. I just don't be caring for how it looks here. So there's one thing that, and again, same thing as per usual, I do know the possibility of price coming back down to 1.12300. I know that that's a possibility. So let me see what the next candlestick looks like, and their blue candlesticks as well. Okay, so now that I see that green candlestick, that's giving me a better feeling about getting into the buy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter 0.5%, not a full 1%, a 0.5% on this trade. The reason why I'm getting into a 0.5% on this trade is because I already have another trade running, and now I'm trying to say, okay, this trade is going to help me reclaim the losses that I took from the partial loss that I just took, right? So once I get that, bring my stop loss down over here. You could definitely move your stop loss under these lows. I feel like I would try a couple of times and I'll make my stop loss right there, so I get a very great risk to reward ratio. So 0.5 running, I'm gonna go ahead and just have my stop loss down here because it still is a good 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. That's a really good risk to reward ratio, actually. So now let's see what plays out. Okay, got that bearish move. All right, stop loss got hit at break even. Or stop loss is at break even, I'm sorry. So right here, 20% profits. This is trade 6. Was risking 21 pips. Let's see how many pips has gone into profit. 10 pips. 20% at 10 pips. Was risking how many? 21 pips. 0.5% was risked. Okay, keep on going. My stop loss didn't get hit at break even, but I feel like if that was on my broker, they would definitely have taken my stop loss at break even. And right here, if I was paying, wait, it depends what time it is. Okay, so this is at 18. I think 18 is 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock. If I'm looking at the markets at this time in real market conditions, I'm taking my 30% profits here. I wasn't gonna wait for. I wouldn't wait for a candlestick to get there. I'm being real myself. I see that price is kind of double topped. I'm taking 30% profits there, but just because I'm back testing, I'm not going to right now. I'm just gonna let the trade ride out at this point. Okay, right here though, of this wick, I'm for sure taking, like, at where my break even was at, I'm gonna take another 20% profits. It's not as much as I would have wanted the first time, but you know, again, this is just like that's where the that's where the upper danger zone is at. I can't ignore it. It's just my strategy, you know. 20% again. So that means the profits aren't as great as I would want them to be, but it's okay. Again, this trade is just specifically to try to recoup from the losses that I had taken off of the other trade. Let me go look at the 4-hour time frame, or let me look at the 2-hour time frame actually. Ooh. Okay, so me seeing this on the well, first of all, this is at break even. Me seeing this on the thing, this actually looks like it really did get hit. But when if I leave the stop loss, it still obviously says that the trade is still running. Like, it really does say the trade is still on. But let me see what the candlestick looked like down here. Because I feel like regardless, like I said, your broker is going to tell you you're out the trade. Oh yeah, absolutely, we're out the trade. Absolutely. If our stop loss is at break even, no, there wasn't even no taking an additional 20% profits. Our stop loss got hit at break even for sure. So let me get rid of this. But again, looking at this 2-hour time frame though, but all those, since I've already seen it, I'm not gonna cheat it. I'm not gonna cheat arbitrage. I'm just gonna show the possibility of the trade. Just because of time, just for time reasons, I would say that yes, this is no. I'm not gonna count it. I'll just do another trade. But I do think that it's gonna go bullish for sure. Let's see what happens. And of course, what I would be also loving to see, what I would be saying that I love seeing it is from this low to that high, price came to the 61.8%. I would like to see price go bullish. Let's see what's up. Okay, so boom, that's even better, because now I feel much better getting into this trade, because it even gave us multiple opportunities to get in, and I was even looking at the 1-hour time frame. So yes, now I am getting into this trade, because again, when I was looking at the 1-hour time frame, we had seen that price was up here. We didn't see that price came all the way over here. I'm not looking at this 1 hour because remember, once the band starts to contract and price starts to consolidate, like on the 1 hour time frame, I don't like looking at that time frame. I'm gonna go look at different time frames. So 2-hour time frame, I'm getting in at the same entry I got into previously, and my stop loss, I'm realistically putting it right here. So that now my trade is a 1 to 4. Same take profit, same everything. I'm gonna still write it out. Ooh, stop loss got wrecked, Aroni. Stop loss got wrecked. All right, and that's okay, because number one, I had a smaller loss. I had a smaller result. Let me actually go ahead and write that down. So trade 6 was break even. And then trade 7. Trade 5 is still open, by the way. Remember that trade 5 is still open. Trade 7, it was a 1% risk, and it was an instant L. So again, remember how I said that my rule is once I get out of a trade, I don't get back into it? That's exactly why. That right there is the exact reason why I say if I get out of a trade, if my stop loss get hit at a break even, I'm not going to get back in. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to bite me in the ass. That's exactly why. See how when exactly the moment that I try to get into a trade, it does that? That's why. So anyways, that was an L. Instant L. That's all I wrote, instant L. And again, I know the reason why I got that instant L, because I tried to get back into a trade that I should not have gone into. And now we bring this fit back. Not that one. Boom. From this low to this high, ended up getting the retracement that I wanted. I'm gonna start looking for buy opportunities here again. Not on the daily or the 4 hours, gonna have to be on the 1 hour time frame. We got the breakout that I wanted. Gonna have to wait and be patient now. Price went even lower. Oh, price is doing the digital, okay. It's at that buy area. Expect the bullish move to happen here. And I'm only saying that based off of lower time frame fibs that I see. Gonna hide that real quick. Oh yeah, that would have got wrecked. Damn. So this sell right here, I would not have gone into that, but yeesh. And I think that buy, the other, the long-term buy that I had wanted to get into on the daily, I think that definitely is stop loss. Yes, it did. Yeah, stop loss got wrecked. And that's another reason why I didn't want to put my stop loss all the way down here. And again, like I said, I don't think that real market conditions, I would have gone into this trade right here. I really don't think I would have. So let me go ahead and write that down though as a loss. And so since I had taken 50% previous loss and trade 6 made some of it back up, again, I don't know how much that loss would have been. So far we have taken 7 trades. We have 5 wins and 2 losses. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I like that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. And that supply zone never got hit. This supply zone will now be further down at this point. Man, so this could be a stop hunt down here, to be quite honest. Like, I mean, we all know about zones and how, oh, those equal lows, they might get ran through. So let's see what the price is gonna do 1 hour time frame. Okay, price is rejecting off of the second deviation now. These things are pointing extremely low. I would want to see, just based off of technical analysis, this is what I want to see. Got the push down, breakout, retest, continuation. I would love to see that for potential buy because I cannot sell at these lows. That's just not my style. Expect the bullish move right here based off of lower time frame fibs. That would have consolidated so long, stopped you out, and then went into profit. That would have made me mad. This was obviously a news event of some sort, 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. That's definitely a news event that happened at that time. Don't know what it would have been, but it's news. And once that happens, I really don't feel like price is gonna give us this entry, but you know what it usually is. I need that retest before I get into the trade. I'm gonna go ahead and high floating. Okay, putting a stop loss at below this low, I know that that's not going to get hit. So I'm probably just going to put my stop loss here. And if this gets hit, most likely this will get hit. Actually, you know what? Be safe, bro. Be safe. Put your stop loss below those lows, and then put your take profit up here. It's still almost a 1 to 2. It's a 1 to 1.93. If I were to move my take profit any higher or move my stop loss any lower, you know what? I'm going to lower this just slightly. Boom. Now it's a 1 to 2, and you're only risking one less pip. So that's the trade setup that I have for a potential buy limit. Let's see if it plays out. It's not going to play out. Oh, wait, maybe I'm lying. Yeah, buddy, we in the trade. Trade 8. Now this is very risky. So with this type of trade, let me see what the 4-hour time frame looks like. Yeah, I'll risk 1% on this. No, I'm not looking at the daily. Nope. I don't want it to tell me what is going to end up, what the candles is going to end up looking like. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into this 1% risk. I don't care for those blue candlesticks. I like how Level Pro was at the ground zero, but Arbitrage Z is below ground zero, so that's something to watch for. But I like where it's at on the line, so let's see what happens. Okay, bullish. I see that. Keep going. Yeah, buddy. Break even. So 20% profits. 20% profits right there. And then what was the amount that price? So this was a 29 pip stop loss. Price has gone up to 16 pips. That's not bad. 16 pips at break even, or no, at 20% pips and profit. I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop loss to break even. Let me see something real quick. From this wick here, yeah, I didn't reach there. Dang, my stop loss could potentially get, my trade could potentially get closed, but let's see what happens. Okay. So one thing, once I start seeing these two wicks to the upside and they came back right up to these recent highs, I'm taking that as a break even, especially if the lower danger zone is right there. I'm taking my 30% profits here. 30% profit. Sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 30. I've already told you why it would be 20% profits, but this is 30% profits. I'm taking it right at these highs. Like once these wicks are up here, I'm definitely taking that. So 30% profits at 1 to 1 basically. 27 pips, 30% profits, letting the rest of the trade ride. Like it gave me multiple times to do that, you know? It gave me multiple times to give me that break even, so it doesn't even matter. Okay, let's see what's up. Please reject off of that. And let me go into the 2-hour time frame. Yeah, that 2-hour time frame. Let's go. I need this to continue going bullish. So once if I see this 2-hour like this, I might add another trade to this. So I'll add a position here, and I'll have my stop loss down here. Take profit over here at these highs, and this I'm going to risk 0.5%. I'm not risking a full 1%. I'm risking 0.5% on this trade. So I'm stacking, you know, I don't want my stack to be, or probably what is probably going to be, you know, I've taken 30 and 20% profits. Now I'm probably going to end up just whatever my lot size for this trade was, I'm mimicking it. But I'm just going to say it's 0.5%, you know, so trade number 9, 0.5% risk, 30 pip risk. Let's see what's up. But I'm gonna get into it right here. It's a 1 to 2.33. I like the risk reward. So let's see what happens. It'd be smarter, realistically, to put your stop loss down at these lows. It would be smarter. I want to make it so that it's actually right there is fine. So that's where I'm gonna have my stuff at. I'm already at break even for the first trade, and I just want things to, whatever happens, happens. So I can remove that. Let's see what happens here. Okay, yeah, that's what I like to see on that. So let me go look at the 1 hour time frame and let's see what that looks like. So this is now where it gets kind of like, not political, but it's good where it gets kind of tricky. That 1 hour time frame, I'm gonna go ahead, since price is at the second deviation and the third deviation, I'm gonna go ahead and take another 30% profits. Now, this trade right here, I'm not taking anything off of it, but this first trade, this trade number 8 that I took, I'm taking another 30% profits here. 30% profits. And I'm also going to cancel, and I'm going to also I'm going to move my trailing stop loss to my first entry, or this entry right here. Because actually, you know what? No, I'm going to leave my stop loss at break even. I'm just going to let the trade keep going. For this first trade, that is up 44 pips. So 44 pips, another 30%. Okay. Letting that trade ride. Go back onto the 2 hour time frame. Okay, so basically this is at break even. So this second trade is basically at break even for me. Once I start to see like that wick right there, and it's basically right there, I'm taking my 20% profits. So second trade, 20% profits hit. And it's at break even. That's going to be at how many pips? 33 pips, and we were risking 30 pips. So 1 to 1, that's fire. The 1 to 1 hit, 33 pips, break even, that's fire. %20 profits. Okay. Let's go into the 4 hour time frame real quick. Okay, it's starting to set up for a potential buy. And remember what we were talking about, how now that I'm seeing that on the 4 hour time frame, instead of it only being 20% profits on that second trade, I'm gonna make it 30% profits, because price can reject off of that and go to the downside, you know? So oops. There we go. Yeah, I don't want price to reject off of that RSI line and lower danger zone and then go stop me out on these trades at break even. So that's why I'm saying, okay, I'm just gonna have this 30% profits instead of 20%. So let's go on over to the 2 hour again. Oh, and remember how I was talking about that on the higher time frames, that this could just be a stop out and that price can continue going bullish. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like is happening. Let's keep going. Gave me multiple times to take profits, so it doesn't even matter. And I've already taken my profits over here for this first trade, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Take profit hit on this trade. For trade 8, TP hits. And so that's cool, 59 pips. Then get rid of all the stuff. So that's 53 pips in profit on the second trade. For this second trade, let me see what the 4-hour time frame looks like. Okay, that's awesome. I like seeing that breakout. I would need the retest and then a continuation. Okay. Need the retest and a continuation for me to get back into another trade on Euro USD. Let me look at the daily time frame real quick. Daily time frame doesn't even look all that to me. I don't like how it's already shown me where price is going to basically head up to, but basically take profit is going to almost get hit on the 4 hours, so I'm just going to go back and play it out, I guess. Yeah, there you go. So with that being said, 2-hour time frame. I hate that it shows me that. But yeah, 2-hour time frame, I'm definitely taking I've only taken 30% profits here. I'm definitely taking about so right here, not up here. I'm being real with myself again, because once price gets here, that's where I'm taking my my partial profits. I cannot speak. So I'm taking about, since this has been it's really played out well and the other trade played out well as well, I'm going to take 50% profits here and let the rest ride out. And it says, especially since my take profit was so close to getting hit, I just take 50% here, let the rest ride out. 50% profits at $64 pips. Okay. So now that I got that 4-hour time frame, again, I'm waiting for this opportunity to get into a buy. This is going to probably be my last trade. Stop loss will be below those lows. Now, I do see that the possibility of price, this is technical analysis, this is technical analysis for me, the possibility of price coming down to those lows, coming back up, is at the 71% where I've already taken my profits at. I do know that the possibility of price coming back down and stopping me out exists. So that's something I'm just going to be watching out for, but not really. Again, this is backtesting purposes. That's not really what I'm here for. So let's see what the 4-hour does. Gave us that buy call. Come on, give me the retest. Oh, so did take profit hit on this? I would have closed the trade out at this point. For this trade, I would have closed the trade out. But let's see what happens. Okay, take profit hit. There we go. Okay. So now I can close this off, and I can close this and this. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm taking this 4-hour trade, to be brutally honest. Let me look at the 1 hour. 1 hour setting up, but I'm not too sure if I'm taking this this trade at this point. But I'm gonna thug it out and see what happens. Yeah, I'm definitely not taking that, especially if price climbed up to there and then dropped like that. I'm definitely not taking this trade. Let me see. 1 hour time frame, what we got here. I mean, from that one trade that I said that I could have gone into, but I didn't, I could say that could have been a wrap for me, but let me find one more opportunity for you guys. That's for y'all. I know the strategy works. I've backtested this. I've taken more than 100 of these trades. I know the strategy works. So okay, so let's see what happens here. So now we're at the retest of this move. And let's just say from when price really broke through this structure right here, like this small bear structure. So let's just say that once price broke through this, that's the fib that I'm trying to retrace off of. So from here to here. Price can definitely reject and keep going bullish here. So just for backtesting purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this trade. Not sure if in live markets I would have, because I would have probably rather have wanted to remember what I talked about. I want that breakout. So I wanted that drop, breakout, retest, continuation. And price is basically at the 61.8. I like that. So my stop loss wouldn't even be really at risk of getting hit. So actually, yeah, I like this trade. See if it's even a 1-to-1. It basically is a 1-to-1. And just because I would want to I want to see it go really bearish, really bullish. Oh, it's still not here. What? I hate seeing that. Whatever. I'm probably gonna go ahead and just have this going to the second deviation, just so that just for that the risk reward is better than a 1-to-1. And I do see the possibility of price going there because it's already came up to the upper danger zone once. So let's see what happens with this. Already got that mapped out, and it's already in my head. Like, I know it's in my head, but just for you guys to see it. Okay. It's under the RSI line. That's sign number 1 to tell me to get out the trade, but it's holding at the lower danger zone. So that's like, okay, I'm still holding it. Okay. Ooh, left a huge wick. And what do you know? Well, what do you know? Oops, wrong tool. Well, what do you know? Would you look at that? That's why I didn't move my stop loss up to these highs. That's why I left it down there. Would you look at that though? Anyways. Never caught for the exit. Never caught for the exit. It hit that break even. I would have taken 20% profits there. I was in drawdown more than my profits was, but that's just the strategy. And the bands are contracting. So 20% profits taken here. Break even hit. Trade 10. You made money off of it, although you were in drawdown more. Stop loss got hit at break even, but let's see what the end result's gonna be. Okay, got the sell call. That's probably a fake out. Ooh, might not be. I want to see how this plays out regardless. Okay, so yes, it does indeed go bullish some more. It just consolidates down here. Yikes. Yeah, you see, so this is exactly what I'm talking about consolidating markets. 1 hour time frame might have been better to play that off of, but regardless, again, 20% profits was taken, and it was at how many pips? $21 pips, yeah. So yeah, that's basically the backtesting session for today, guys. Like I said, I like taking 10 trades for backtesting session because, as you can see, especially if I'm talking through it, I'm gonna take way longer than an hour. But if it's just me by myself, maybe by just doing this, it would take me like 45 minutes or something like that. You know, not 45 minutes, but if it depends how into detail and what I'm looking for, you know. So this is just for my regular arbitrage. I do have scalping. I haven't back tested that as much as I was in the beginning of the year. I still have to get back testing that before I actually start to try and show other people it. That's just the way how I am. I want to back test and make sure that it works before I show it to anybody else. But you guys see what I'm saying? So out of all this, we only took 2 L's and 8 wins. 2 losses and 8 wins, right? That's why I say arbitrage is the go, because if I just use specifically arbitrage and just a little bit of technical analysis, then I'm solid. I could win with this indicator. That's why I always say that arbitrage is the go. Or if there was a I forgot what a holy grail of trading, then for me personally, without technical analysis and without price action, market structure, and all that stuff, I would say it's arbitrage. That's just my opinion, and I stand by that. So with that being said, thank you guys for those who checked out the analysis. I mean, the backtesting session. I appreciate it. And I'll be posting up the recording shortly on the Next Wave YouTube channel. So later, y'all.